no. And look, David last week he wanted to get back in that game. He was good, and I held him back just to be on the safe side.
Elbow, forearm, he's going to be down.
The result of the play is a touchdown.
The flag that was thrown on this was picked up.
I don't know, did it get the face mask?
Only do that if you're telling the official you're reporting.
The Lions hangover.
All right, what's up, everybody? It is Brad. This is the Lions Hangover Podcast. It is Tuesday night, 11:40 p.m. going into Wednesday. This is probably when you guys will hear it is Wednesday. I got to make this quick. I got to get up in a few hours. So let's talk about the Detroit Lions versus the Chicago Bears. The Lions are, of course, 10-1 for the first time. Well, not the first time. Well, yeah, first time since 1934. Lions are 10-1. First time since 1934 that they've won 9 games in a row. Also, it is the first time that they are back-to-back 10-win seasons. I'm sure you guys all knew this by now, though. They're taking on the Chicago Bears, who are 4-7 in the NFL. Again, you guys probably knew all of this stuff. Oh, man, where to begin on this and make it quick and say everything I need to say, everything that I'm thinking. Let's just get into it. Lions, they have not... Yeah, let's get to the notes here. I got the notes. Don't worry. I got the notes. I did some quick research. The Lions are 37-45-2 all-time on Thanksgiving. The Lions have not won on Thanksgiving since 2016. They've lost the last 1, 2, 3. I mean, that should be 7 years, but let's just do the math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. They've lost this last 7 times. Last time they won 2016 was against the Minnesota Vikings, where they won 16-13. They actually had a 3-game win streak there. It looks like maybe even 4, but my notes don't go too far there. I could look it up real quick. However, at least the 3-game win streak. They won 2014, 2015, 2016. That 15 game was against the Philadelphia Eagles, and the 2014 game was against the Chicago Bears. So that was during a time, that was like peak, why are the Lions playing on Thanksgiving? Wasn't it? Like that was peak, get the Lions off of Thanksgiving. We were winning at that time. Everybody needs to shut the hell up. Leave the Lions alone. This is our tradition. And to an extent, the Dallas Cowboys too, but the hell with the Cowboys. But yeah, unfortunately, we've lost the last 7. So, but my first year as a season ticket holder was when they played the Buffalo Bills in 2022. So yeah, it's my 3rd year as a season ticket holder. Way to go, Brad. You're so famous. Oh my God, you're so cool. Anyway, that was a really great game, that Buffalo Bills game. But we're talking about the Bears. Come on, stay focused, Brad. Okay. The Bears. Okay, so all-time Lions versus Bears. The Bears lead the series 105-78-5. Okay. The Bears beat us last December 10th in Chicago, but they lost the last 3 to us. We swept them in the 22 season, 2022, but they swept us in the 21 season. So, and they actually kicked our ass all the way back to 2018. The Bears have owned us as of recently. It's not until we had 1 victory there in 2020, but other than that, we haven't beaten the Bears since 2017. So as of of course, they're different teams now, the Lions and the Bears, respectively, different teams. Let's see here. So yeah. And the Lions had that crazy comeback game last year, too. Oh, my God. Talk about a season ticket holder. Now, during my tenure as a season ticket holder, especially in the beginning, that 2022 season, Philadelphia, Seattle, Buffalo, that Thanksgiving game, there were a crap ton of visiting fans, okay? And I've dealt with them all since then. And, you know, the Philadelphia guys, they were kind of raucous. I don't even know if that's the right word. You know, the Seattle fans, they were kind of obnoxious too, but everything was in good fun. You know, everything was in good fun. It wasn't until the Bears last year, November 19th, 2023. That was the week before Thanksgiving last year. There was this Bears fan. Oh my God. Yeah, I will remember him to my dying day. He was about 5 rows in front of us. And every time the Bears, you know, the Bears owned us a good majority of that game. And every time they did something, he would stand up and turn around and he would just like taunt us. And I've never wanted to kick someone's ass so bad in my life. And I'm a chill dude. You know, I'm a chill dude. He even got under my skin a little bit. He got a little bit of a reaction from me. I think I was going to the bathroom one time and I was just staring him down, and I think I probably talked a little bit of smack. I felt stupid afterward. I'm like, what am I going to do, realistically? Like, I'm not going to risk losing my season tickets. And it wasn't that big of a deal. I was just being a sore loser. He definitely was under my skin. And then as soon as the Lions started pulling out the comeback, he was nowhere to be found. He took off before the end of the game. It was sweet. He knew he was probably going to get a whole bunch of shit. Okay, so anyway, Lions, not so good against the Bears all time, but they've got some recent success. I would say, you know, they're 3-1 their last 4 matches. Lions not so good on Thanksgiving, especially recently, so hopefully that changes. The Lions can beat the Bears. They can beat the Bears, but you cannot have Kendall, not Kendall. I said Kendall a lot last game, but, you know, I say milk too, not milk, so give me a break on that. They can beat the Bears, but will they? Will they? They cannot keep Kindle Vildor out there. We need more Emmanuel Mosley. We need more Amik Robertson. We need more... I don't think Carlton Davis is going to play. I think he's questionable. I think we can get to the injuries in just a second. Dan Campbell at the beginning of that was talking about David Montgomery and a little bit of Khalif Raymond. It seems like Khalif Raymond could be out for a little bit, but David Montgomery will definitely be back. Okay. Yeah, Khalif Raymond out short term, but probably not too serious. Their first doctor was optimistic about him. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's fine. I guess he had like a little bit of an ankle injury or something like that. He's likely not going to be returning punts. Likely not going to be returning punts. I want Jameson Williams to return punts. I know Dan Campbell was saying that Amon-Ra St. Brown was only out there because he was sure-handed. I get that. You want a guy that's going to handle it, but he's too important to the team, man. You can't risk him getting like just smacked really hard if he fails to fair catch it, you know, at the appropriate time. David Montgomery, of course, this is who Dan Campbell was talking about in the beginning. He is going to play. He could have played last game. They just kept him out as a precautionary. Carlton Davis and Taylor Decker, they're uncertain for Thanksgiving, but they should not be out for too long. If they miss Thanksgiving, my impression is that they will be back for their Green Bay game the following week. So let's talk about stats real quick. Caleb Williams, he's 233 of 372. He's completing 62% of his passes. He's a better quarterback than Anthony Richardson. These are better wide receivers than the Indianapolis Colts. These guys are stacked, not on the offensive line. I would say that's their weakness, but these guys are stacked offense and defense. They have a horrible coach. Eberflus is a horrible coach. This plays in our favor. Caleb Williams is still going through his growing pains as a rookie, but he's shown flashes. He's shown potential. He can pad his stats. It can get out of control. This has the ability, do not be fooled. This has the ability to be a shootout. If the Lions secondary does not come to play, this could be a shootout. This could go a multitude of ways. This could be a close defensive battle. I could see that too if the Lions offense isn't ready to go. This is a short week for both teams. If both teams are not ready to play, I could see this being a defensive battle. Slight chance they could blow us out. Again, it's going to depend on our pass defense. Zadarius Smith, he had a great game. PFF-wise, he needs to keep it up. Lee McNeil, they have to get through this offensive line. They have to put pressure on Caleb Williams. He has look, this dude was the number one pick. Okay. He's supposed to be a generational quarterback. And even though he might not be it right now, he still has the potential to be it. I can't stress this enough. The Lions are favored to win. Hey, Google, what's the spread for the Lions-Bears game? Let's see if Google knows.
Here's some information from the web that might possibly help. On the website CBSSports.com, they say, Bears versus Lions spread, Detroit minus 10.5.
Lions are 10.5-point favorites. Holy cow, I didn't expect that. Now, if things go well, we should beat the Bears by 2 touchdowns. I have no doubt that they can do that. I'm just throwing out the what ifs, okay? This is not a trap game. This is just, the first 6 games of the season, we were the toughest division in the league, and I still believe that we are. But the Bears have kind of fallen off with a little bit of bad luck. I'm just thinking of it, man. We can beat the Bears. We can win on Thanksgiving. This is something the players are motivated to do. They know we've sucked on Thanksgiving, especially recently. This is something I know they want to change. But you look at this, man, statistically, 9 wins in a row. Like, mathematically, we're going to fall off somewhere, okay? We have some tough games coming up. We have a game against the Bears. Forget the Bears. We have a game against the Packers, against the Bills, against the Vikings, against San Francisco. These are tough opponents coming up. Okay, we're probably not going to come out of this gauntlet unscathed. We're going to get hit somewhere. And I'm a little bit afraid of this 4-day turnaround. I'm a little bit afraid of this 4-day turnaround. The Bears have to do it too. That definitely helps us. But Caleb Williams, let's get back to him. He has the potential to throw the ball. He is athletic. He has a lot of ability. I'm just saying, don't sleep on him. And we need a better pass defense. We need a better performance out of those guys in the backfield. We need Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph to step it up. It doesn't seem like Carlton Davis is going to play after reading that injury report, but Emmanuel Mosley, he should be getting a start. Hopefully he's ready to go. Man, I would love if he got an interception. Just please stay healthy, Mosley. We have to keep Kindle Vildor off the field. Now, I'm sure he was probably shaking off a little bit of rust last week, but it's not like he was challenged that much. He was going against a quarterback that completes less than 50% of his passes for the season and in that game. Imagine if that dude completed 70% of his passes. Imagine if they didn't have all of those penalties or dropped passes. He would have been burned at least 6 more times. That very easily could have been a different game. Very easily. So the defensive backfield, they got to bring it, okay? They have to play a lot better, otherwise they're going to be in trouble. They, of course, have DeAndre Swift in the backfield. He's carried the ball 168 times for 665 yards. He's averaging 4 yards a carry. He's got 5 touchdowns. He's averaging 60 yards a game. Caleb Williams, he's also can run the ball, man. He's credited with 55 carries for 339 yards. Their backup running back, Rashawn Johnson, he's ran the ball 48 times for 139 yards, so he's not much of a threat. Man, they've got a lot of guys here, though. Overall, they've only rushed for 1,230 yards. Man, where was it? I think the Lions' total offense. Oh, I don't have it. I'll get to it. I'm going to look that up. I believe they've ran for about 1,600 yards on the ground as a team. The Lions, 1,600. It was either 1,400 or 1,600 because I was curious how both DeAndre Swift. Man, I messed that up. I was curious how much Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery compared to Derrick Henry and compared to Saquon Barkley. And I feel like they're close. Those two guys compared, because we run a 2-back system. We're not going to shy away from that. But if you counted our 2 guys as one, we are very comparable to those 2 guys. And I think that's respectable. I think if you counted our 2 guys as one guy, our numbers match or they're better. I think maybe even we had more touchdowns. I'll have to look that up for the post game, I think. Okay, so receiving, come on, we know they got DJ Moore. Okay, He's caught the ball 54 times for 566 yards. All right. They have Rome Odunze. He's caught the ball 39 times for 518 yards. They got Cole Kmet. He's caught the ball 39 times for 422 yards. They got Keenan Allen. These are all, they got depth at the receiver position. Swift can catch it too. Okay. Swift is a catcher. So overall, they have legit receivers. Okay. They have weapons on offense. So this is what I'm talking about, where they need to bring it a little bit. They're stacked on defense. They have 28 sacks throughout the year. Where is he at here? Montez Sweat leads the team with 4.5 sacks, but it's spread out, okay? Because they also have Gervon Dexter Sr. He's got 4 sacks. They've got edge DeMarcus Walker. He's got 3.5 sacks. Their other edge, Jacob Martin, he's got 3 sacks. Their other edge, Darrell Taylor, he's got 2 sacks. And then there's a bunch of guys with 1 sack, okay? And then 15 guys later, they're down to a half a sack, okay? So 28 total sacks on the year. They definitely can get to the quarterback. They have a depth at defensive line, okay? They have 9 interceptions on the year. That's a little less than 1 per game. Yeah, so I think they only have 1 defensive touchdown, if I'm reading that correct. Forced fumbles. They got 10 forced fumbles on the year with 9 fumble recoveries. So 19 takeaways, 19 fumble touchdown. Okay, but only 1. They have 1 touchdown from a pick six. They got 1 pick six. And they have, let me get this right, man. They have Cairo Santos as their kicker. He is 16 of 20. He's made 80% of his field goals. He's 100% less than 40 yards. He's 4 for 7 from 40 to 49, and he's 7 for 8 with 50 and over. He's 17 of 18 for extra points. So it sounds like if you're going to kick a field goal, you want him to be in that 40 to 49 yard range, because that seems to be his most inconsistent. That's kind of weird, man. That was weird. Suction cup noise. I am zipping through this. Let me get to their depth chart. Injuries. Here we go. Elijah Hicks, he's questionable. Ryan Bates, their center, is questionable. Elijah Hicks is a safety. Let's just move there. They have Jaquan Brisker. He's a safety. He is on IR as of November 17th. They have a defensive tackle on IR. That's pretty much it of serious note. They do have a guard from October 29th that's on IR. And that's pretty much it. So, their weakness is definitely their offensive line. Hopefully the Lions can get to Caleb Williams. Hopefully they can keep him contained. Jack Campbell, he's going to have a great game today. I think this might be a game where we are going to miss Alex Anzalone, though. But, man, Rodrigo got his first game ball last week. You got to think that that's going to continue. Curious to see how much Emmanuel Mosley is going to play. He's kind of my unsung favorite. I'm really excited to see what this guy is going to do, what he can bring to the table. I was happy that they re-signed him after he tore his second ACL last year, and I honestly thought he was going to be out for the season with that pectoral injury this year. It sounded like he was going to be out for the entire season when he first got injured. I had no idea, and then I saw that he was coming off of IR and his 21-day practice window opened up. I was real excited to see that. So hopefully he gets a lot of playing time. I know they wanted to ease him into it, but hey, we're thin in that defensive backfield right now with Ennis Rakestraw going on IR and Carlton Davis being injured. So there's definitely room for a few of these guys to step up. You definitely wish Melifonwu was there, because then they could throw him at safety and maybe move Brian Branch to cornerback. But, why mess with smash and grab, right? That's the nickname for Joseph and Branch. Why mess with that? So, but, Branch can play everywhere. He's like a CJ Gardner-Johnson, where he was just kind of like this hybrid defensive back, and wherever you need him, you would just throw him. So Brian Branch definitely has that capability. Oh, you know what else? God, isn't Sione Vaki? Isn't he a defensive back too? Like, I know they drafted him as a running back, but he only played a couple games. He also has the potential to return kicks. Vaki does, which I would also be okay with because doesn't he have speed? Don't they talk about him having speed? Yeah, I think that's it for me. Man, I zipped through this. I know this is going to be, it's not bad. This is probably about a 20-minute podcast. So I did it. Let's take a deep breath. Okay, I need to go to bed. Everybody have a terrific Thanksgiving. Watch out for those bears. But Lions are king of the jungle. I do believe we'll win. I'll give my prediction. I will give my prediction. I do believe we will win. I'm just open-minded, I can see a few things going against us, like just a matter of statistics. We have a loss coming up, but then again, it's possible I'll say this, on paper, on the season, we can beat every single team from here to the Super Bowl, and we can win the Super Bowl. Okay, there's no doubt in my mind we are the best team in the NFL right now, or we're capable of beating any team. I feel comfortable saying that. I feel like an asshole saying that the Lions are the best team. I just, not that they're not. I just like to stay modest, and I like to stay humble. It's a weird position. We're not used to this. So, the Lions are just notorious for being Lions. And it's all changed. It's all changed. So I guess my modesty and humbleness I feel weird saying we're the best team in the NFL, but I look at all the other teams and there's not a single team that I think can beat us on any given Sunday. We can beat every team out there is what I'm trying to say, and we can beat them on a regular basis. So yeah, all right. I'll do the score and then I'll get out of here. I know my brain is just scrambled and I got to get up in a few hours. I think it's going to be a 34-20 game again. I think that was the score I gave last week. I could see that score being legit as well. 34-20. Lions win. Okay. They break the Thanksgiving Day curse. So go Lions. I know they got it. And I should be able to do a post-game show Thursday, at least Thursday night. So you guys will have that for Black Friday. It'll be my little Black Friday gift to you guys is more of me. So you're welcome. Thanks for listening, everybody. Please, I forgot to say all this crap. Rate, subscribe, share with your friends. You know the deal. Okay, it's a podcast. If you liked it and you want to hear more, then you know what to do. All right. I love you all. Happy Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble.